my way up to the top. I really found it just exciting, almost to the point of emotional tears, to be walking on the same streets that my ancestors walked on.
Why was it so emotional for you?
Not having known them, it was a way to get connected. Family being important to me, it was really special. So even just touching that street or that door or that sign, that was special. It was touching them. Finding their records, because then that really connects me to them. I know this person really existed. This is when they were born. This is who their parents was. This is who they married. This represented those people that they were there in that city at that time. And that's something that I can take home with me and show other people and share. Meeting cousins, meeting real life people, having these American culture and Sicilian culture in this case come together was like, wow. Just being with them was just a real treat. Sitting together around the dining room table or kitchen table or outdoor patio table, eating together as a family. That was quite an experience, because you start out with maybe the relative you came to see, their wife or husband. Then the daughters come, the husbands come, and then their kids come, and then more family comes, and then the next thing you know, there's 20 people around the table, and it just gets this organically growing family. The food was just amazing. We ate so much. It was just a good feeling after a week to feel hungry again. It was just a really, really great experience. You connected me without knowing it to my ancestral in-laws. And so 2 years ago, we were in the Caserta archives, and just coincidentally, the director, the archivist, noticed on my family line a certain surname and insisted that I had to talk with them. And I just said, no, that was a second husband of my grandmother. There's no connections there, just step-grandfather.
Well, and this is a very important thing to remember. The rest of the story that Lucia is going to tell you is never turn down an opportunity to search your family. You never know where it might lead.
The archivist didn't take no for an answer from me. The next thing I knew, the phone was in my ear, and I'm talking to someone who's speaking perfect English, and we're invited to dinner. And I had the most beautiful dinner I've ever had in all of Italy, that they homemade for me and my sister-in-law, who was traveling with me at the time. And we shared stories of my step-grandfather, who turned out to be a character, and my grandmother. She was interred in their mausoleum. We just learned the stories about why these two got married in the first place, and it helped explain to them what my grandmother was doing in their mausoleum. So we shared a lot together, even as ancestral in-laws. And what was really great is we got together again on this trip. This get-together was another great surprise, because coincidentally it happened to be a 50th birthday party for the woman who we saw 2 years ago. And she brought us up to her parents' house again in their palace, their big house in Maddalone. And we had a wonderful dinner together. Her relatives all came, cousins and aunts, and we got to sit down and talk with an aunt. And we started talking about some more interesting stories. Last time I was floored by a question from the in-laws about what happened to their family jewels. I'd never heard anything about family jewels before. There was a well-off family, but we got clarification on that this time from an aunt who explained. We just unraveled some stories and explained about how our two families got entangled together.
So, and that's the wonderful thing about meeting some living relatives, is that you have stories on your end that you've heard, and then they have stories on their end that they've heard. You can put those together, and you can paint a pretty picture of what their life was like.
And we had some pretty good laughs and pictures and videos and things that we were able to share with each other.
And you brought them something special also, didn't you?
I brought a flash drive, a 1947 video of my grandmother and their ancestor, my step-grandfather, talking together in New Jersey.
First time going into the mausoleum where my grandmother was interred. There she is. She died before I was born, and this is her second husband.